Hello, my name is Rachel Steinberg and I work as the Life Skills Specialist at 3L Place. I'd like to talk with you about the 3L Place Life Skills module. Now, I like to describe our Life Skills program as person-centered adulting skills because really what we're doing here is working together to honor all of the nitty-gritty activities that often come with adulthood. Within the Life Skills module, our first goal is to engage members in activities, presentations, and lessons that will give them what they need to assist with activities of daily living and instrumental activities of daily living development. Very importantly, we want to honor each member's needs. Some members communicate verbally, others use augmentative communication techniques. Some members have fantastic academic skills but really struggle with executive function. The learning environment that we set out to create is one of inclusion and honoring the neurodiversity of our community. As an objective, members are given opportunities to practice their life skill building throughout the program day. Some members may follow a visual to brush their teeth after lunch or start their morning by preparing snacks for the day. Lessons can also focus on fundamental but less concrete skills, like how do you find where you are on a map, or why is it important for our bodies to get the right amount of vitamins and nutrients. Our program is based in the community, so we are often partaking in outings devoted to skill building. We know that not all members will be working on the same things at the same time, and so the learning environment involves both individual and small groups. So, as you can see, we really run the gamut in terms of life skills covered by this module. They're not all happening at the same time because not all members will need to work on the same thing at the same time. But one thing that we do all together is fitness. Members go to the gym every Tuesday and Thursday morning. Now, feeling strong is amazing, but working out works more than just our bodies. Regular physical activity can really have an impact on the overall regulation of members. It can support executive function, sensory motor regulation, proprioception, interoception, like can you label what you feel inside your body when you run really fast? It can help with sequencing, like how do you follow a gym routine? Self-reflection and self-challenge. Is it safe for me to push my body today? Should I go up in weights? It can also help with social skill building in the community, like what do you do if you want to use a machine but someone is currently using it? Not to mention, of course, that the heart and mind are muscles, and when your heart is working fast, it is sending more blood flow throughout your body, including to your brain. Anything we do at 3L Place starts with fundamentals. A tenet of 3L Place modular programming is starting with what we like to call the onboarding ramp. This means that before we get started on the treadmill, for example, it's first important to identify so many things, from what do your legs do from you and why is it important to move them, to what even is this contraption called a treadmill? Can you motor plan for it? Social scripts that explain why we do what we do and build a foundation of knowledge as well as a common vocabulary for what we are doing is so valued for connecting abstract images to actual tasks. If a member can't picture what a gym looks like or what their body might do when they get there, it will be quite a shock to their system when they arrive. Building bases of knowledge and a common vocabulary is something that spans all of the modules at 3L Place. And from there, we can build on what we learn. We can start challenging ourselves and building in new competencies. Currently, we're focusing on creating individualized gym routines that give members a voice in their gym experience as well as an outlet for self-reflection. All of these foci bolster things like executive function and critical thinking, and it helps members become gym literate, and it gives them another place in the community where they can participate just as all other gym goers do. Members are challenged and supported in building independence with their routines. Next, they are supported in reflecting upon their routine. Now, this takes skills like labeling intro and exteroceptive bodily sensations. So, yes, being strong is amazing, but we're doing more than that. That is, in general, the 3L Place way. I also want to mention that, like I said earlier, we have such a broad range of members, both in verbal skills and social, emotional, and sensory motor regulation, that grading of activities and lessons is done in so many ways. Every member is presented with information in a form that is useful to them and that they can carry forward in their development of these skills. I'd also like to touch upon another portion of our life skills programming, what we affectionately like to call the evening show. This is a block of the life skills module that meets from 4 to 6 p.m. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. This time is focused on instrumental activities of daily living. It's purposefully designed to be around this time because we have the opportunity to focus on dinner and all that comes with it, which is not just cooking, but planning, budgeting, making a grocery list, shopping, preparing a meal, eating the meal together, and then cleaning up. And like anything at 3L, the value comes in both literacy and skill building, as well as these higher level skills that are supported and built upon when we complete these activities, like executive function, sequencing, which comes up so many times when you're cooking dinner. Do you put your food in a pan before or after you've turned the stove on? Group thinking and problem solving, everyone taking leadership for one area of the meal, and then even social skills. What do you do if there are 5 people already in the kitchen, but you need to find some space for you to chop onions? And, of course, we start with fundamentals, gaining life skills literacy and a common vocabulary. Some ways we do this are making schedules based on member preferences, self-reflecting and identifying what member preferences even are, learning the basics of cleaning up, and since we spend a portion of this life skills time out in the community every single day going to the grocery store, we have opportunities to add on a lot of other little errands that come with adulting, such as picking up prescriptions, filling up our Charlie carts, visiting the bank, even stopping by our favorite comic book store for a brief visit before we head back and make dinner. And from there, we build. We build social scores. Sorry, let me do that. And from there, we build social stories and interactive lesson plans that are vital, as is repetition, as some members become more and more fluent in the language of, say, cooking their favorite pasta sauce. I'm able to step back more and more, and, as is the case with one member, he was able to take this recipe that he made for white sauce, memorize it, and then take it home with him to cook himself dinner independently. It is so empowering to be able to go home and cook yourself a meal when you weren't able to before. Another wonderful addition that comes with 3L Place programming is our connections to local universities and our ability to work with them to have students come in and out and do internships or volunteerships with us. We have a really dynamic community and there are really people popping in and out all the time. And we like this because not only is it a model of what life is really like, it creates a community of dynamic inclusion. So, on the life skills front, we have master's student interns in occupational therapy from Tufts University join us every semester, and their insight is so valuable. And then we also have expressive arts therapy interns from Lesley University who work closely with our clinical director, Megan Montgomery, to create relationships and carry out year-long projects with members.